Let's talk about how you come up with ideas for your videos in the first place. What does that look like?
It varies a lot, it varies a lot. I have huge Google Drives full of video ideas, and I'm slowly keeping these ideas in the back of my head, slowly adding to these folders, sources, images, videos, slowly building up a picture of what might be an interesting idea. And then at some point, something will happen, and the trigger will get pulled, and maybe it's because I've gained access to a particularly good interview, someone who really knows about the subject, and then it's all systems go. That idea is the next video up. But I think regardless of what topic you're talking about, you've always got to keep this mind open, keep your ear to the ground, whatever the phrases are of this new information. Keep building up pictures of these videos. What could they be? What's the best way to present them? Like, I'm always thinking about videos. I'm always thinking about video. I actually have a sticky note on my computer when I'm in the process of editing, telling me not to worry about future ideas. Like, you'll have a good idea in the future. Don't worry, just focus on editing. Because I'm always thinking of new ideas, always gathering new information. And then at some point something will happen, and it's like, boom, okay, that's the next video. Like, I feel like I've got enough information to present this story in an interesting way. But I'm always thinking, and always thinking of titles, ideas. Thinking of videos that are in the works at the minute, that are in this process of me gathering information. The oldest stories in the world. What are the oldest stories in the world that people are telling? I'm always keeping my eyes open for stuff like that, and I'm slowly assembling these sources. Who was the first person in recorded history? Like, who was literally the first name? And again, I'm keeping my eyes open for these sources. I'm keeping my eyes open for people to interview, thinking of great ideas. I'm just doing it all the time. And it helps that I love the subject that I talk about. I got an archaeology degree. I love archaeology. So even if I wasn't making these YouTube videos, I'm thinking about this stuff anyway. And I just love to do it. My favorite part of the job is daydreaming about video ideas. Making them is hard. Making them is boring and time consuming and hard. But thinking up new ideas, I could do it all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear to see that you enjoy the ideas process. Like, that's coming across from the screen, 100%. So you're juggling all these ideas all the time. How do you know when you found that one golden idea?
It's so hard to say. Partly, I mean, I'm so self-conscious talking about this and then seeing my videos in the background and thinking, like, are these golden ideas? I don't know.
Well, I mean, 800,000 views, I'd argue they definitely are.
Yeah. I need to change the thumbnail on the music one. If you go up, like the previous video, 500,000 views, then 95,000, then 800, then 944. That 90, that was a real flop. And I think it's because I hadn't thought about the thumbnail before I made the video. And that's just a stock image of wolves. I actually think it is a good video, but I think the thumbnail let that one down. It's in the process of being changed for sure.
Okay, I distracted you then. How do you know when you've hit the right idea?
There's just, to a certain extent, if you're always thinking of new ideas, to a certain extent, you have to tell your brain to shut up and just make a video. To a certain extent, you have to pick one. Okay, you can daydream all day, you could daydream all month. Just make a video. Like, have a video you're working on, and don't start another video until you finish that one. So to a certain extent, you just have to do that. But there's just there's just something about it. Like, I've got the information to the point where it's like, I have to make the video. There's, for example, the videos that I've got in the works now, the oldest archaeological site in the world. I know I keep hammering that home, but that's such a great idea. What is the oldest archaeological site in the world? Who was the first person in recorded history? These I think are video ideas that would be evergreen. You know, you could make them at any time. The title is interesting and short. And once you have gotten the information, you've gotten the interview, you've gotten the access, you've gotten the visuals, just sit down and make it. Just sit down and make it as best as you can. And when it's done, just go on the next one. There's no moment when you know specifically when it's ready. Just think of if all of the videos in your pipeline are great ideas, you think are great ideas, then it doesn't matter which one you're working on at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Just think of that idea that's going to apply to loads of people, that is interesting, that can be made well, and all of this stuff.